today is the day we pull everything together. We're going to take everything that we've learned up to this point and use it all in one single lesson. So our job is always to write our linear equations, but we can use any format that has been presented. So I have several different ways that you might see the problems for today. So sometimes they're just going to tell you the slope and the y-intercept. And we know that a linear equation is always written in the form y equals mx plus b. So if they gave me the slope, that represents my m. And if they gave me the y-intercept, that represents my b. All I have to do is insert those numbers into those positions. So if they said, write an equation of a line with a slope of 3 and a y-intercept of negative 7. I simply replace the m with 3, and I replace the b with minus 7 for the negative 7, and I get y equals 3x minus 7. Simple as that. All right, let's take it up a notch. Let's make it a little bit harder. Sometimes they're only going to give you ordered pairs. Now, the ordered pairs can either just come like ordered pairs, or they could be in a table form. So if I had the ordered pairs negative 2, 3, and 0, 9, that's all I need in order to write this equation in the y equals mx plus b format. Now, they might also put those ordered pairs in a table, but they'll just tell you which is the x and which is the y, so you can still use it the same way. All right, we know that if we are given ordered pairs, the only way we can find that slope is by using that slope formula, and that's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I start with my slope formula and I plug in my numbers. So I start with my y's, always your y's. So I'm going to do 9 minus 3 over 0 minus negative 2. And I get 6 over 2, which is a slope of 3. Now I'm done with that. That means I just found my m. Okay, but now I have to get my y-intercept. Well, the key on this is go back to your ordered pairs. Your ordered pair that has the 0 in the x and a number in the y is always your y-intercept. So I look here and I see 0, 9. All I need to look at is that 9 there because that tells me my y-intercept. So now I just plug it in. My slope of 3 replaces the m. My 9 replaces the b, and I get y equals 3x plus 9. So still not that hard, just a little bit harder. All right, what about parallel versus perpendicular lines? Okay, we learned in a past lesson that two lines are parallel if their slopes are the same. Their y-intercepts don't have to be the same, but the slope has to be the same. So if they said, write an equation that is parallel to the line y equals 4x minus 8 and passes through 0, 2. Well, that's really easy to do because all I have to do is keep the slope the same, y equals 4x. And remember, any ordered pair that has a 0 and a number, that's your y-intercept. That's a positive 2. That would be a parallel line. Now, perpendicular, we talked about that slope has to be opposite, so the inverse operation and the reciprocal. So if it said write an equation that is perpendicular to line y equals negative 5x plus 1, well, I start off, my slope has to be the reverse operation, or integer sign I should say, so negative goes to positive, and I have to take the reciprocal of 5. Well, remember, 5 is really 5 over 1 because it's the ratio. So the reciprocal means I flip those two, so I get a positive 1/5 x. And then it told me I was going to go through 0, negative 9. There's my y-intercept. I would write minus 9. So that's taking what you've learned in the past and being able to apply that into any type of situation when they're going to give you any information about a linear equation. No matter what they give you, you can always find the slope and you can always find the y-intercept. You just have to remember the steps. Good luck.